him, and he has the responsibility of taking Penny Boone out of the backfield. Almost makes one heck of an interception.
Looked like Finn wasn't ready for it.
He was not ready for it. Penny Boone turns up the field. And Wise with almost a nice one-handed grab. Bring that in, one big fella.
Duran waiting for the punt. Just outside his own end zone. Whoa, just got it off. It's a short kick. And McDonald makes the fair catch in Toledo territory. Matt Barry in Bristol.
All right, Denise, AT&T is keeping fans connected as we take a look at our multi-view with multiple options. Texas just scored to go up 42-14. They're getting their BCS style points. South Dakota and Mercer FCS on ESPN Plus, as well as Furman and Chattanooga.
How about a BCS reference by Matt?
The style point.
If it comes down to Texas and Alabama.
They won't need them if Alabama beats Georgia.
Well, if it comes down to Texas and Alabama for a spot, do you see Alabama getting in over Texas?
No, I don't. If Alabama beats Georgia and Texas is in, I mean, they went to
what about Georgia?
Tuscaloosa.
What about Georgia then?
No,
they're out.
Just lost to Alabama, who Texas beat at home at their place.
Right.
So I have Texas in over Alabama and Georgia and Ohio State if they lose to Michigan. The only way Texas doesn't get in, well, that winner is that's an elimination game like last night's game with Washington and Oregon.
Gentlemen, with all due respect, let me jump in here.
Go ahead, Kirk.
An SEC champ who beats the #1 team in the nation is out of the playoff? No shot. I don't believe it.
Then it's fixed.
Here comes
and I'm not saying Texas should be the team out.
He stepped out of bounds. Let's see where they mark him.
Texas
is going to be right at the marker.
You can't say that you're not saying because they wouldn't be in if that scenario.
No. What about Michigan, Alabama, Washington, and Texas? Florida State's not a lock.
No undefeated Power 5 conference champion has been left out.
When's the last time an SEC champ was left out?
Listen, I think it makes for
undefeated SEC champ. Yes,
it makes for a reevaluation of the metrics.
You put yourself at risk if you lose. If Georgia loses to Alabama, then the SEC is at risk because Alabama didn't take care of business at a home game, not a neutral site game, not a road game, but a home game against Texas.
There's Avion Smith again. And if head-to-head doesn't matter, then say it doesn't matter. Texas had that marquee non-conference game. They go on the road. They beat Bama. And for all the chatter, well, Alabama is much improved. Yes, they are. But the reality is they also needed 4th and 31 to beat an Auburn team who, oh, by the way, lost to New Mexico State.
Here's one thing I can guarantee you and Carter. If Texas doesn't get in and all these teams around the country who have taken the risk of playing tough road games early in the season,
it's going to stop.
That goes away. Why would I expose myself?
I'm not saying they're out. I think Florida State has a lot to play for tonight for the committee.
No, I'm saying the SEC is out. I'm not saying Texas is out. Texas is very much in my opinion.
Down the seam. Incomplete, broken up by Quinyon Mitchell. That was Toledo's best against Miami's best. Larvidan and Mitchell.
And that's what you want to see. The best competing against one another. And Quinyon Smith gives him a chance, but you see why Phil and a bunch of others are so high on Mr. Mitchell.
Big third down. They're in field goal range. Here's McDonald, and that's a big third down conversion.
He's going to be closer to the 25 because he was on a defensive player for Toledo. And now they're very much in field goal range. His job by McDonald, staying alive on a player. I think it's closer to 25 or past the 24, closer to the 25-yard line, but it's still a first down nonetheless.
Avion Smith, the quarterback, lightly recruited redshirt sophomore. from Lexington, South Carolina. Here's the reverse. McDonald ambushed in the backfield and throttled back at the 30-yard line. -4 on the play.
No need for it. You're moving the football effectively without the trickery. And when you get down here, you really don't need it. But a nice play by Deshaun Holt to get himself up off the turf. Was hurt earlier on a low block, and it makes a heck of a play. Keeping outside leverage and forcing McDonald inside where all the help is waiting.
3 quarters in the books in the MAC championship in Detroit. It's a 1-point.
We got to find a way to get one more score.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Miami is in striking distance to begin the 4th quarter. Ball on the Toledo 30. It's 2nd down and 14. Avion Smith, quarterback keeper, tries the middle. Got a couple. It's 3rd down, but Miami is in field goal range for one of the very best kickers in the nation, in Graham Nicholson.
That's a hard if. They put the ball in the air. It's going to be somewhere where it's quick and safe and on the outside edges. I expect another quarterback run and then a field goal attempt with Nicholson to basically go ahead in this game, or attempt to go ahead in this game.
They've played for 3 in this spot a lot this season. Toledo having issues getting lined up. Rockets rush 3. They were expecting it. Here comes Smith, and he gives Nicholson a closer try. So, Andre, this is not being conservative. This is knowing your personnel.
Yeah.
If Brett Gabbert was the quarterback, you're going for the sticks.
This is coaching. This is coaching. At worst, you would have Brett Gabbert throwing a shallow cross and a catch and run for the 1st down. But they would not be afraid to do it in the slightest bit. With Avion Smith, it's a different approach, a different way to coach your offense, and they are going to take and manage a game more so than they would with Brett Gabbert.
This is a 40-yarder for Nicholson. He is 2 for 3 today. The miss was his 1st of the season for the lead. Miami 16, Toledo 14, 4th quarter MAC championship.
No one feels worse about the miss than Graham Nicholson, because he wanted to finish 2023 with a perfect PAT and field goal attempt. That category perfect. So when he pushed that one or pulled it wide left, nobody felt worse than Graham did. See the total yards this season for Toledo, and today held well under that and under the points, average points as well. That's what happens when you play a good defensive-minded football team that plays field position defense, and they win on offense in the running game. It's kind of playing out according to script, isn't it?
Eric Holly decides to run it out, and that was the wrong decision. He's tackled shy of the 20. Penny Boone, MAC Offensive Player of the Year, the nation's 5th leading rusher, has not been able to get on track today.
Yeah, it's just been a tough struggle. He came in averaging about just up 7.3 yards per carry, 4th in the FBS. Nowhere near that in this one today, as Miami's defense has been focused on stopping Penny Boone, and they have held him in check.
Boone's longest run is 8. Came in averaging more than 7 a carry. Finn slingshots it over the middle. And he's got Newton, his top receiver, 1st team All-MAC selection for a gain of 16.
A good job by Strader to just kind of hold on until the help got there. And with Finn stepping up, working the pocket. Nice completion, nice throw and catch.
2nd down and 10. I'll tell you what, Miami, whether they rush 4, whether they bring an extra guy, Finn has not been comfortable back there all afternoon.
Yeah, they've got him throwing off his back foot a little bit, and so when you have that, throws are going to sail a little bit or end up high, which they did there for the intended pass for Vanderhoof.
Vanderhoof, the motion man. Penny Boone drives to the 40-yard line. Caden Woolard, first-team All-MAC D-end, makes this tackle. Came into the game tied for the MAC lead in sacks.
See Nick Rossi get up, a first-team All-MAC player, left tackle for Toledo. Took a little bit of extra time getting himself up off the turf. Nice big 3rd down here for Toledo as they try to get this lead back here as we get deeper into the 4th quarter.
Out of an empty set. Finn under pressure. Flag down. Wise in pursuit of Finn. Stretches out across, but he stepped out of bounds at the 42. About a couple of yards shy of the line to gain. Let's see what the penalty marker is.
And a hold. So field position wise, if you're Chuck Martin, you take this penalty.
Offense, number 78. The penalty is declined.
Oh, they declined it.
4th down.
Try to force the punt here, but it will give Toledo that 10 yards. It's going to give them some room to pin them down here.
Andre, those are former Rutgers teammates going at it. The right tackle for Toledo, David Wagugu, and the end for Miami, Brian Ugu.
Wagugu against
Ugu and Ugu. Somewhere David Letterman is on line 1. He's a MAC guy, Ball State. This one rolls inside the 20. Down at the 16-yard line. 11:30. Their passing game has been generally shots downfield. Had a couple of big plays, more yards after catch than connecting downfield. Amos.
Nice.
There's the big MAC truck. And he picks up a 1st down at the 30. 5th leading rusher in the MAC. 3rd team all-conference, and he is a bulldozer.
I just like his feet for a big back. You know, the ability to shift and change gears and make guys miss. That's a 235-pound running back at 6'2", coming at you with all that agility. I think he's got a chance to play on Sundays. I really, really do.
Play action. Smith lets it fly. Once McDonald was off target. Bauer, the safety, had the coverage. And while we have a moment, I want to give a special shout out to my booth partner, Andre Ware. I won't give away the year, but you can Google it. Today is the anniversary of you winning the Heisman Trophy. Happy anniversary.
Thanks, man. It never gets old. And it's been a great run. I realize the significance of the award after all these years and what you have to uphold. And it's been special. It's been a great run for 10 years.
On the slant, here's Larvidan. Only 10 years, huh?
Yep.
Total legend, Dre. We love you, buddy.
Love you guys too, man.
I wish I had a front seat for all those yards. The numbers you put up were absolutely amazing. We're not going to say how many years ago it was, and we don't need to, because when anyone sees you, man, you still got that baby face.
Trying to hold on to it, Cart.
He still keeps the football right next to his broadcast position.
That's right.
3rd down and 2.
Play a little catch up here in the booth every once in a while. See how good Jamie and Paul's hands are. And Luke.
Timeout, Toledo.
Charge timeout. Toledo, their first of the half.
Will step aside as well. 9:19 to go. in this MAC championship from Detroit.
Mitchell saying, see, I told you so. I'm that caliber of player where I don't have pass interference plays.
He was a second-team All-American. It's 4th down and 2. Miami's offense still out there on the field. And now the punt team comes on.
Yeah, they're not going to gamble a game away where Chuck Martin goes for it and they don't get it here, and then all of a sudden it leads to a game-winning field goal. You kidding? If you're a Miami fan right now, just settle back down. This is not how they operate. They're going to punt the football and play defense. It's the strongest part of their football team.
More faith in special teams and defense right now than offense. And this is why.
This is why.
We got some UFC. The Garden featuring a lightweight main event. Beneil Dariush squares off against the Armenian Arman Sorokian. Sorokian played hockey growing up. He's got some wrestling background as well. You don't want to get on the floor with that guy. Prelims begin tonight, 4 Eastern, followed by the main card, 7 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Plus.
You want to know a guy with some experience in UCF? Just look at their ears. That's all you got to do, man, is check out the ears.
Don't go on the floor with the guy with the ears. That means he's got like 20 years wrestling.
He's got no shot.
Finn to the far side. It's dropped. He wanted Jaden Dotton, the Penn State transfer.
And it was there. Finn is right now. You know that it's hard not to get frustrated when you're back there and you're getting pinged around and hit, blindsided, and you're throwing dimes, but they're finding their way to the turf. That gets frustrating after a while.
These were the 2 best teams in the MAC in the regular season. Miami's only loss in conference was to Toledo in a game where Miami's starting quarterback suffered a season-ending injury.
Shut him out in the second half of that game.
Keep this on the ground.
Nice run.
And Penny Boone churns across the 15. It sets up 3rd and manageable.
Wagugu with a nice block. The right tackle, David Wagugu. We talked about him, the transfer out of Rutgers. Excellent block on that play to give Penny Boone a little bit of room in which to maneuver. We'll need him here on 3rd down, and a big 3rd down, because field position has been at a premium in this one, especially for Miami.
Both defenses today have balled out. 4-man twist. Finn rolling, throws to the sideline. 1st down, Toledo. It's Van der Ross with his 4th catch.
Hey, he has been a main area of concentration in the game plan for Toledo since the start of this ball game. Good job there by Finn to find him, move the chains, and keep the drive alive.
Daquan Finn won a state title on this field. Won a MAC championship on this field last year. As did his running back, Penny Boone. Those 2 were teammates in high school. Back to Van der Ross. Right back to the sticks. And that's going to be enough for another 1st down.
Raiders hitting on somebody, wanting some help out there, some underneath help. Young player has really held up well. But now Toledo starting to chip away at this field position. And with an experienced quarterback like Finn, they've done a nice job of working their way out of trouble or out of bad field position.
Clean pocket. Finn with some helium. Newton can't get there.
Boy, friendly fire. Michael Dowell along with Newton. Both guys are down. They just kind of collided right at the end of the play.
We'll step aside. MAC championship is part of Dr. Pepper Championship Week. Second time these two schools have played in the MAC championship. Toledo won in 2004 behind then quarterback Bruce Gradkowski, who spent some time in
Wow, yeah. There's a name for you.
Here comes Finn, and he'll slide. They'll mark him down where he started the slide. That only gets him a yard, so third down.
Almost about a half yard. I thought it was closer at least to the 35-yard line. And that's exactly why I promote head first slide. Because you get the yards that, and there's no debate on where I started the slide, where it finished, whatever, or where fans feel like it should be where the runner finishes, or the quarterback for that matter. But just go ahead head first, and you get those yards.
Toledo 33% on third down today. Van der Ross, their top receiver this afternoon, goes in motion. Here comes the blitz. Finn stands in. That pass broken up by Walters.
Silas Walters with excellent coverage on Newton. I mean, just actually for the tight end, Torres, as you mentioned, just gets a big paw in there. And that's a shorter player at 6 foot matched against a 6'6" tight end.
Andre, how good have both these defenses been?
It's been awesome. It's been a different game to watch in terms of you know, how you're going to enjoy it, or how you like your, basically how do you like your soup, and you like offense or defense.
McDonald with the fair catch. 6:04 to go in regulation. Miami with the lead and the ball.
Anything better than being a student?
Not wearing a shirt, apparently, as we get a short gain on first down by Amos.
I was talking with a college teammate last night, James Dixon, who caught a bunch of balls at Houston, and just reminiscing on time. And you know, you get a little older. He's telling his son about things that he and I did. His wife actually went to school with us, so she experienced, she probably knows way more than she probably should know. They were dating at the time. Oh man, some good times reminiscing last night with him.
Pre-social media.
Yes, thank God. Thank goodness.
On second down, again, Rashad Amos out to the 35-yard line. It'll bring up a third down and 3.
I really like this kid. I think, you know, just runs hard. The agility, talked about that a little bit earlier. Can make guys miss, and then he is willing to take on defenders. See what he's done today. 12 rushes, the rest of the team. 6 for 75. He's had a nice ball game.
Miami's got all 3 timeouts inside 5 minutes.
Toledo needs a stop. They need the football desperately.
Play clock winding down. They just get it off, and I think they got a timeout before the snap. They did. Chuck Martin calls a timeout with 4:30 to go.
Miami.
Yeah, listen, that's a big timeout to use in a 2-point game. If Toledo were to get back and score, and you need that timeout later, but they use it with 4:30 to go.
It might be a need for another style, but not for Miami's style of football. You get what I'm saying?
ESPN Plus is home to 400+ MAC events. Some of the games coming up in men's college basketball, George Mason and Toledo tonight at 7. Then next Saturday, it's women's basketball, Dayton and Miami at 7 Eastern. If you're a MAC fan, you can get ESPN Plus by signing up at ESPNplus.com. So here we go, 3rd down and 3. Miami's got the lead. Both teams now with 2 timeouts. Smith will keep it. He's got the first down, and he's got room to run. Avion Smith inside the 20. Tackled inside the 15 by Mitchell, who may have saved a touchdown.
Boy, excellent job by Avion Smith to recognize things are there. He's going to have a nice shot right in the middle of the field. Once it breaks down, and just take off. Put his right foot in the ground and just take off. And now it becomes a foot race. He gets tracked, but it puts Miami in a position to put points on the board again. And a field goal doesn't beat them if they're able to nail one through.
Wilkins, the motion man, a gain of 50 on that last quarterback run. Amos will cut it to the outside. He got a block from his quarterback, and that allowed him to get the 1 yard. 2nd down and 9. Okay, Andre, if you're Jason Candle now.
Not throwing the ball at all.
Well, the Toledo head coach, you get a stop here on 2nd down. Are you thinking about maybe using a timeout to give your offense more time?
Yeah, I think you got to start thinking that way if you're Toledo, because they're going to bleed this for the next 2 downs. This clock, the play clock's going to go all the way inside of 5 before Avion Smith will snap the football. They're just going to wait it out. 11, 10, all the way down to about 5 seconds.
A touchdown.
He's just getting the play, and there's about 3 seconds left.
Touchdown and a PAT, make it a 2-score game. On the ground, getting the sense Amos is starting to wear down this Toledo defense, and we're going to get a timeout from Jason Candle. So the Rockets have 1 left. It's going to bring up 3rd down, 2:42 to go in the 4th quarter.
30 seconds. Charge timeout. Toledo. Their 2nd and a half. Please accept the game clock for 2:44.
This is where the nerves start to kick in. This is where guys make the amount of money that they make with decisions like this, and how to basically close out a game, or if you're on Toledo's sideline, how to manage it where you give yourself and your offense one more chance to go down and have a shot at winning this game.
And for Toledo, they're trying to hold Miami to a field goal. And I'll tell you what, Chuck Martin, even if they get 3, he'll take that chance with his defense, because that means Toledo needs a touchdown.
And their 4-minute offense, which is what you call it when you're trying to close out a game. We used to do this in Minnesota with Denny Green to start practice. He wanted to teach the team how to close out. They've done it to perfection so far, this Miami offense.
A 1st down, and Miami can run more time. Amos into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
Excellent execution by Miami, going right down the field. A big run by Avion Smith is what led to the Rashad Amos touchdown, but they bite down, take the quarterback. There's nobody there for Amos, and he's able to get himself into the end zone.
And now it's the right foot of Graham Nicholson, the special teams player of the year in the match.
Right here.
His extra point is good, and Miami with a 2-score lead. 2:41 to go. Toledo has just 1 timeout.
Boy, they go to the quarterback, and instead of taking Amos, it's Taylor, the outside linebacker, takes quarterback instead of Amos, and it opens up and parks itself. It allows him to get right into the end zone. He's a good player. Just a good player who's had a good afternoon.
This Miami team is so good at winning these gritty, grinded-out type games. They stood in, 2-point game, leading. They needed 1 more score. They got the 50-yard run by Avion Smith. Rashad Amos had a couple of nice runs, including the touchdown on that drive. There's his mom, Dee, breast cancer survivor. Kark said earlier, she'll yell, take it to the house. Well,
he's taking 2
to the house.
Got 2 in the house.
.72 yards on the drive for Miami, all on the ground. Toledo has it at the 25, down 9. Matt in the studio.
All right, so Miami may be closing in on a conference championship. Texas well on their way there. Keelan Robinson punches it in for Bevo, 49-21. Texas over Oklahoma State. Joey Aguilar, that high-flying App State offense. They've got Troy, Sun Belt's championship coming up next here on ESPN.
Toledo was the only team in the MAC averaging more than 400 yards of total offense. Highest scoring team in the MAC. Miami's defense today has been dynamite. Edge pressure on Finn, gets rid of it underneath. Larry Stevens with his first catch. He's going to be a couple of yards shy of the marker. He stayed in bounds.
Yeah,
the clock continues to run.
More importantly, he stayed in bounds, so they cannot stop the clock. Toledo, only one timeout left.
Finn downfield. He's got his tight end Torres, and that will not stop the clock because we're not under 2 minutes. Under 2 minutes here in the fourth quarter. The clock stops on a first down. Going quickly. Finn escapes. Flag down. Able to complete to Boone.
Gonna have a hold where another defensive lineman redirects, and you get a hand of lineman grabbing. Not moving yet. If this is against Toledo.
Personal foul. Hands in the face. Offense. In 7-1. 15-yard penalty. Repeat. First down.
I think they take the holding rather than the extra 5 yards on top of it.
Vinny Scurry, the first team all-conference left guard. And this will back Toledo up to the 45-yard line. First down and 25. They need the 30 of Miami. Here's a 4-man rush. Finn over the middle. Vander Ross bounces off the contact and then tripped up just shy of the 40-yard line. It'll bring up a second down. Strader, the freshman, made the play, and we're going to get a timeout.
He took a shot, bounced off of it, able to just about get back to where he caught the ball initially. But Vander Ross has had a nice game. Didn't see the shot coming from Jaquez Warren. Bounced off of it and pops right up. He's showing a little toughness there.
Andre, Toledo using its final timeout there tells you they're at the 41-yard line. If they get into field goal range,
take one.
Take the quick field goal and then try for the onside kick so you have more time for the touchdown.
I agree with
that seems to be the reason you take the timeout there.
Yes, indeed. And so you want to get in a position to where you nail down the touchdown first, but if not, you go ahead and you're going to need the field goal anyway, with it being a 2-score game, and then you come back with the onside kick, an opportunity to recover and then go get the touchdown.
Now, when you talk about onside kicks and crazy happenings, I come back to one thing. Even though it's the championship game, it's still action. We've seen weird things in this conference. 1:40 left. Finn's throw caught by Newton. He gets a first down, gets out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Well, that's a heck of a throw. From the far hash all the way across the field on a timed out route. That is a timed out route where the receiver has a certain amount of steps and then he's going on and out. That's thrown perfectly to Newton.
Clock stops with 1:35 to go. If you get another 10 yards, you might want to think about kicking. Finn looking for something to materialize. He's about to get hit. Escaping the pressure again. He's got the 25, dives to the 20. He didn't get the marker, so the clock will continue to run. Is the field goal team going to come on? No. They're going to go quickly.
They're going to try to get in the end zone here.
Finn throwing into traffic, almost intercepted.
Well, it was Caldwell Looked like he had a direct line on it, and Warren knocked it out of his hands. That ball stayed in the air too long across the middle. Caldwell was going to reel it in, but then Jaquez Warren steps right in front and knocks it out of his hands. You got to drill them. If they're going down the seam over the middle, this close, you leave it in the air, it's going to get picked off.
It's third down still. Again, not kicking it. You need 2 scores. And you need an onside kick if you get one. Finn chased again. He's going to have to throw it to the sideline. And incomplete. Fourth down. Now they're going to have to kick.
We'll take it now.
Pollock today's had a tough day, but you need his leg. He had a kick from 39 blocked, and he's missed an extra point.
I think that's not playing between the ears right now. Sadly mistaken. Been there, done that. I was a kicker in high school. It's hard to let him go when you miss it.
This is from 38 to make it a 6-point game. It's blocked again! Special teams rising to the occasion for Miami.
They might have a first down here.
That depends who recovered.
Toledo recovered, and they might have enough to just give them the first down.
And the ball is blocked. It crosses the neutral zone. It was touched by a Miami player. And let's see what the officials say as they clear it up. Austin Ertl with the second block of the game.
Andrews with a recovery. Clear recovery for...
They're going to measure.
Yeah, and I think he's got it.
Well, if you get the first down, Andre, again, given the clock situation, do you just kick it again?
Well, under normal circumstances, I would say yes, but with a kicker struggling like he has, this is a first down.
This Miami team, which has blocked kicks all season, did it against Cincinnati, did it against Ball State.
That's Maxson right there.
That is peak Maxson. Block kick, you think the game's over.
And they recover it and advance it for a first down.
Yeah, and again, the rule is it's tipped by a Miami player, then it crosses the neutral zone. That point, it's a live ball. There's no fourth down fumble rule
Since that was
that applies.
a field goal attempt, the clock will start on the snap.
That is Maxson at its finest.
You think about how many points Toledo's left on the board so far. 2 blocked field goals, a blocked extra point. That's 7 right there.
They'd be in a position right now to nail it down.
Finn steps up, flag down. This might be coming back. And with 43 seconds and Toledo out of timeouts, you get a 10-second runoff if it's against the Rockets.
Yeah, this may be against Scurry and Rogers. One guy going high and the other going low.
Holding. Offense. Number 71.
It's against
10-yard
Scurry.
penalty. Repeat. First down.
Well, Miami should have the option here of a 10-second runoff because that play did not stop the clock.
Oh, that was a hold. He was driving the heck out of a guy to the turf. He's saying no and almost inclined to believe it.
All right, first down and 20. Finn's going to throw to the sideline, and that is incomplete. Probably a good thing. Second down, under a minute to go. Any penalty that stops the clock, but
Timer, please place 33 seconds on the clock. 33. Thank you.
Seen McGee just separated player from football. And I think it was Newton who was the intended receiver. He came flying up out of his position in the secondary to make a hit that disengaged the football.
On second down, or rather first down, Finn throws to the sideline too much. And time about to run out here on Toledo. They need 28 seconds to go.
Defensive lineman in pass rush They're getting up slower and slower off the turf. Last thing you want to do is you enjoy the opportunity to pad
29 seconds
stats
on the clock. Timer, 29 seconds. Thank you.
Get sacks, but doing it over and over, just down after down, that is one of the most taxing things for a football player. See how hard they're breathing right now? Subtle, along with Hurdle.
On third down, Finn throwing to the end zone, intercepted by Miami, and the Redhawks a kneel down away from a MAC championship. Frizz McKee, third pick of the season, second team All-MAC.
The ball tails inside to him. Just sits there, makes the play, comes down with it. Looks like Maddox tried to wrestle it away, but
the result of the play was an
interception
for a touchback. That ruling is under further review.
Take a look at it because they review every play. He's down with the ball, and then all of a sudden it comes. Does Maddox have a hand under the ball?
That's what they'll look at.
Never secured. Now remember, the ruling on the field is an interception by Miami.
And I don't think you see anything on that replay to overturn the call on the field.
I don't think you're going to get it here. I'm just wondering if there's a view that shows Maddox with his hand or forearm under the ball, where it's not tucked away and secured.
Also, there's the question of when is McKee down with possession? Does Maddox rip it away after McKee is down with possession? I'm not sure there's enough here to overturn this. McKee comes down with it, and then they get.
But does McKee ever have clear possession of the football? And I don't know that he does. I think the arm of Maddox is between the football and the body of McKee the entire time. Oh, Maction, baby. This is the best look right here. Does he have possession? You see the ball's moving. It's rolling.
Yeah, that's a good point. Simultaneous catch.
It's never possessed, in my opinion, by McKee because it's moving around. You can see, even in slow motion, you can see it moving.
Yeah, it's not a simultaneous catch. McKee's trying to bring it down, and then the question is,
after further review, the ruling on the field stands. Interception for Miami, resulting in a touchback.
Yeah, it stands because there's not enough evidence to clearly overturn or to rule it an interception. So it stands. The call on the field takes precedence.
Generally, simultaneous catch, it goes to the offensive player. In this case, again, McKee's in front of it. Maddox tries to rip it away. There is some confusion. Too much gray area for the replay review.
Yep.
And Miami comes to Detroit, and the winningest program in the history of the MAC adds another trophy to its case. The Red Hawks of Miami, your MAC champions in 2023.
Chuck Martin is celebrating because he doesn't want the Gatorade back. And they finally track him down. He stands and takes it.